One second. Kindly mute everyone. All right. Thank you all for joining in today for today's session of Meet Your Design and Fashion School, where you get to interact with the top management of each school. Keep your options open to private design and fashion schools, and save your money by applying only to a few schools of your choice and not a whole range of schools. For those of you who have missed the previous webinar on design and fashion schools to consider in 2023, please go to our YouTube channel and have a look at this at that webinar. We've also done a webinar on portfolio, interview prep, and SOP preparation, which is required by a lot of the private design schools. So kindly watch that as well. So if we can go ahead and start off with today's session, we have MIT ID, and this is the Pune campus, which is located in Loni, the Loni campus in Pune. So this is MIT ID, very, very popular school, and it's an award-winning school. And we are happy to have Mr. Vinayak Kulkarni, who is representing the school today. Mr. Vinayak Kulkarni is the Associate Dean for Student Affairs and Administration at MIT Institute of Design. He's the founding member of MIT ID. He's had 17 years in the field of design education and over 20 years of experience in the field of education, in general. He's had wide exposure with scholastic and higher education. He's a passionate mentor and a career counselor as well. For those of you who would like to apply to MIT ID, there's the application link, which is at the bottom of the screen. There's also the page listing of MIT ID, which you can click on that link and get that information. You'll reach this particular page. There's a direct application link, the online application link. You can click on that and apply to the school. Now over to Mr. Vinayak Kulkarni. Thank you so much for coming in today, sir. Yeah.
Thanks, Dan. Yeah. So good evening, and in advance, I would wish you all a happy Diwali. And let's start the session on a good note that wishing a happy Diwali is like probably starting from tomorrow, and you people are getting ready to get into the design world. So probably now you will be putting up your second or probably your third or the top gear to get into the design institute. So your preparations are going on. So normally when we talk, I normally avoid talking about MIT, but today the structure given to me was about talking about MIT. So I will rather not talk much. I would rather would be happy to answer your queries. So I will quickly complete my presentation, or like the information whatever I wanted to give about MIT Institute of Design and overall how the institute has shaped out and how we are going like planning to move ahead in near future. And probably major time, like I guess we have 1 hour's time, so I would rather finish my presentation in 15-20 minutes and probably give more time for your question and answer session. So can I share the screen, Diane?
Yes, you can share.
Yeah, just. Is it visible?
Yes, it's visible. Yep.
Okay, so MIT Institute of Design. Like, I will just brief you first about how, like, the parent trust and the entire MIT group of institutions, and then I will move ahead with MIT Institute of Design. So MIT Institute of Design is a part of MIT group of institutions, which started in 1983. It started as a first engineering college. Okay, and as a first engineering college, the name was MIT Maharashtra Institute of Technology. So MIT itself became a brand in the field of engineering. So further, all our institutes are named by the name of MIT, like MIT Institute of Design, MIT Bioengineering, MIT Management, all these. So MIT, it itself became a brand. And now, as on today, if you see, MIT as a group has four universities across India, like the MIT Art Design and Technology University, where this MIT ID Pune campus is situated, which is in Lodi, Pune. Like it is in one part of Pune, Lodi. Then we have MIT WPU, that is MIT World Peace University, that is in MIT Kothurud, like which is our city campus in Pune itself again. Then we have MIT Avantika University, which is in Indore. Again, there we have MIT Institute of Design also. And we have one more campus which is in MIT, which is as MIT University, which is situated in Shillong. So Shillong campus will be operative from this coming academic year, like 2023. So altogether, if you see, we have almost everything, right from KG to PG. All sort of courses are available in MIT group of institutions. And as on today, roughly around 60,000 students are studying in various institutes of MIT group. So, MIT Institute of Design, you can say, is one of the flagship institute of MIT group of institutions. And MIT Institute of Design, the Pune campus, was established in 2006. It started as an autonomous institute, the way NID used to be, like, or probably STISTI also used to be. We used to give graduate diploma and postgraduate diploma at that time. So from 2015 onwards, we became a university. The entire campus was converted under MIT Art Design and Technology University, which is under Government of Maharashtra. It is a state private university established by Government of Maharashtra. So we started in 2006, and then in 2015, like the 2016 onwards, the intake was for Bachelor of Design and Master of Design. Prior to that, we used to give graduate diploma and postgraduate diploma. Then in 2017, we started MIT Institute of Design, which is in Indore, like again another university which is named by Avantika University. So that we started in 2017. Then in 2020, we started one more campus, which is in Alumni, Pune itself. That is under Pune University. It is our engineering campus, and recently AICT has given approvals to certain engineering colleges to start design courses. So probably this is going to grow, and it is good in terms, like, people normally take it as a competition, but I would say it is good for design awareness. The more number of design institutes are opening across the country, the more awareness is created for the design education and overall as a design career. So 2020, we started design programs at our engineering campus in Alumni. Again, it is MIT Institute of Design Alumni, what we say. And 2023 onwards, we are going to take admissions for design programs at MIT University Shillong. So these are the four campuses currently which we are having. So coming back to the core philosophy of our institute, like this MIT Institute of Design, when it started, it was one of the few privately run design institutes in India. Like prior to that, we had only NID and IIT, various IITs which were offering design programs. So we were one of the private institutes who started design education in India. So that time itself, we were fortunate to have a lot of senior members from NID, IDC Bombay, who were associated with us, and in fact, most of them are still associated with us as a mentor for starting a new design institute. So we were fortunate that Professor Kumar Vyas, like today we are having a chair in his name at MIT Institute of Design. So Professor Kumar Vyas, who is actually the founder of NID, like who in fact brought industrial design to India. So Vikram Sarabhai, he worked with Vikram Sarabhai, and Vikram Sarabhai brought him to India, and then how he supported Kumar sir, and then NID was started in Ahmedabad. So he was the founder member of NID Ahmedabad, and we were fortunate that when we started MIT Institute of Design, he was the founder of MIT Institute of Design as well. So these kind of mentors we were having, and right from day one, we had a very different kind of philosophy. Like here, when we say sadhan, sadhana, and sadhya, that is the core pedagogy of the education at MIT Institute of Design. So the sadhan, basically, if you see, it relates to the skills and tools. Sadhana amplifies the disciplined and dedicated practice. So if you see, design is not just coming up with ideas and transferring into prototypes. It is a proper process. So this the entire process, design process, you can say it is divided into these three broader categories, that is sadhan, sadhana, and sadhya. So more emphasis at our institute is on multidisciplinary approach. It is more focused on learning by doing. Like normally, like now since you are with DQ labs, most of you are associated with DQ labs. Probably that kind of input is already given to you, but I would like to share, design education is a little bit different here. Mostly the typical classroom setup is not there. So here normally there are briefing sessions where the mentors come and brief you about when a course starts. Like normally in typical school colleges, we have seen that first lecture is math, second lecture is science, third is English, and that way. But in design, it is in a different way. It is there is a block module. So one particular course is taught for the entire 1 week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, depending upon the requirement of that particular program or the course. So here the major emphasis is on project-based learning. So the briefing happens, like the outcomes are told. Like for example, there is one XYZ course which you are going to learn, where you will be given firstly told about the outcomes, what we are going to learn out of this particular course, and based on that the assignments and the projects are defined and given to the students. So the students are continuously doing their assignments. Typically one course would have 2 or 3 major subsets. Every subset will have their own assignments, and as a process it will be linked to the final outcome, that is the entire course will be having one project. So it is project based learning. So here you will be focusing on every course, you will be taking every course as a project, and you will be learning in that way, not a typical theoretical lectures that happen. It normally happen, never happens in any design institute, but at MIT Institute of Design, it is majorly focused in that way only. So majorly it is learning by doing, you can say. So going ahead, as far as MIT Pune is concerned, we have around 5,000 plus alumni professionals in the market. Many of them working on very senior positions around currently. Now recently they have shifted, but to name few, the Renault design head was a MIT pass out. The Hyundai design head was MIT pass out. There are a few other people who are working on senior positions. There are many students who are now working on a very senior positions in the design field. So 15,000, 1,500 plus creative minds. Like overall, if you see the campus is like the design, specifically design when we talk, is of roughly around we have 1,500 students across like in any given point of time. We have four verticals: industrial, communication, management, and fashion. So management again is a different scenario. Like people who want to get into design management or fashion management. These are those people who these are basically postgraduate programs. And industrial design, we have product, transportation, then interior, space and furniture, retail, immersive media is again at the master's level. Fashion, we have fashion design and fashion communication. And then we have graphic design, film and video, game design. So these are basically certain programs which we are offering at Pune. This is at Pune campus majorly. So why MIT ID? Like normally, I normally talk in different way, but today since the framework given to us was about MIT ID, talk about MIT ID. So normally, why MIT ID? When you say like there is a legacy of 17 years now, we are almost in the 18th year this year. This will be the 18th batch which will be joining in the 2023. So again, it's a multidisciplinary campus. Now when we say multidisciplinary campus, there are many advantages when it is a multidisciplinary campus. So there is many a times there are a lot of technical inputs needed by design students. So since we have other core branches in the field of engineering and even in bioengineering and other areas, we get a good mixture. Like whenever there are certain technology inputs needed, our engineering campus ropes in, and then the engineering students or the faculties get into the help for the technical inputs wherever needed by our design student. And same applies to the engineering students. Whenever there are design inputs needed, the design students or the design faculty get into their project. So this actually is very essential. Now design is changed. Design is no more very solo kind of activity. Now designers are collaborating. They are working with various fields. I always normally say that design doesn't have its own religion. It takes inspiration from all. Like it takes inspiration from technology, it takes inspiration from art, it takes inspiration from science, it takes inspiration even from history, or even sociology, or even there are sometimes religious inspirations also. So that is the reason why as a designer he takes inspiration and then finds out the solution for the problem statement. So here, since it's a multidisciplinary campus, you get a good opportunity to work with different other people. Then at MIT ID, we have the largest faculty pool. Now when I say largest, we have the biggest faculty pool. Even we have more faculties even than NID has. I would tell you. So this is the situation currently. If whenever we choose an institute, we first need to understand what kind of faculties, mentors are there in the institute. You should check. Like I am not saying that you should check, when if I am saying you should just believe it. You should yourself check whenever you are looking for any institute, especially a design institute. You should first check the faculty pool, the faculty who are teaching there, and what kind of faculty are there. You should look also to their profile, read their profile. So that would give you confidence in choosing the institute, whether it is MIT or whether it is any other institute. Then industry relevant curriculum. When I say, since we are a state private university, we are fortunate to have control on the curriculum. So when we say control on the curriculum, many of the government institutes, the curriculum is not updated on the regular basis. But since we are a state private university, our curriculum is updated every year. So from this year, from 2022, the entire B-Days curriculum is changed at MIT Institute of Design. So what we call it as MIT 2.0. So when in MIT 2.0, like earlier we used to have specialized based curriculum. Like people used to choose after first year, the student used to choose specializations. The specializations were like product design, graphic design, animation, or any other specialization. But now in the changed curriculum, this again, this why I say industry relevant, because we have people on board, like the board of studies which we are having. We have out of the 11 members, 9 members are from the industry. So whatever is relevant to the industry, whatever upgraded requirements are there in the industry, those inputs come from these industry people. So the curriculum is revamped and it is upgraded in that way. So so from this year, when we say MIT 2.0, this curriculum this year we have started major minor concept. So now industry requires people with multitasking skills. So as a product designer, I should be able to do a product design. Also, I should have inputs related to the packaging design, or inputs to product graphics. So all these things are needed, and all these things are relevant. So from this year onwards, the student will get, like this year, and when I say the 2022 batch, the current batch who is in the first year, next year they are going to get into the discipline. So they will be choosing a major course, and when they are into the third year, they will be choosing a minor course also. So again, there are options. Like if I have taken user experience as my major, I have an opportunity to choose a graphic design as a minor. If I choose graphic design as a major, I have an opportunity to choose graphic user experience as a minor. Same, like any kind of combinations are allowed. So many a times people students are also very keen that I wanted to do this, but currently the demand is in this area. So they have, now they would have both the choice. So they can take up a major and a minor. So that will open up more opportunities to them. So this is where this is a very good differentiator when it comes to any other design institute. So we have a lot of international collaborations. Like international collaborations basically are for majorly student exchange. So when I say student exchange and faculty exchange, it is for one semester our students go there and study. In this case, they don't have to pay any fees over there. They are paying the regular fees at our institute. Only they take care of the living expenses over there, living and traveling, whatever expenses are there. Same, the students who come from the partner institute, they are here for one semester, and they complete one semester at our institute. Then there are few collaborations in terms of twinning programs. When I say twinning is 2 years the students study here, and after 2 years they pass out and go and there study there. So once they go there, they finally pass out from the partner university, and they get a final degree from that university. So that opportunity also is there. So this is how these international collaborations work. Then most importantly, we have a very good startup and entrepreneurship ecosystem. Like Kriya is one important activity which happens on our campus. This is a Center for Research and Innovation of Young Aspirants. This is a university initiated activity wherein we asked students to pitch their, like any student who is working on certain projects, because they work on projects. So since it's a project based learning, there are a lot of there are a lot of good innovative ideas that come from the students, and they actually work on these projects, and these projects they can present in Kriya, and actually we vouch for good projects through this activity, through this Kriya. So the students present their ideas. The Kriya team will identify good ideas, or good products, or good system oriented ideas, and probably a nurturing would happen whether it can be taken ahead for starting like converting into a startup. So the first level is kriya, where this basic scrutiny happens, basic kind of funding that happens. Like even there are small funding which is given, like lakh, 2 lakhs or 5 lakh rupees, till 5 lakhs rupees. There are certain funding given to the students to do their projects and come up like with the finished products or prototypes, whatever. Then the second level, since we have a Atal Incubation Center on our campus, it's a government of India initiative where this has been beneficial to majorly our design institute students, because most of the design institutes have taken opportunity through this, and they have converted their ideas and their young innovative innovations and take it ahead to convert it into a startup. So in Atal Incubation Center, they are incubated, and probably they get a good platform where they get good funding, and they can set up their own startup and take it ahead as a business. So this kind of ecosystem is there in the campus. So that is a very best part of having a multidisciplinary campus and with all these facilities on the campus. And since our engineering we were here, we are MIT as a group is there since 1983, and MIT Institute of Design is here since last almost last 17 years. So we have a good strong industry connect. So this industry connect helps students to for their exposure, as well as getting into the industry as a final placement. So students here interact with the industry at various level. One first level is where they interact for classroom projects. So there are many companies like Samsung and all the many of these companies are coming to us, and they give classroom projects. So these students work on classroom projects. Then the student go for internship, which is a mandatory internship for all the students after the fourth semester, like after the second year. It is mandatory internship. And again in the last semester they are supposed to go and work in the industry for 6 months, which is the final diploma, like final degree project. So this is how the industry interaction happens, and normally placements and happen through these interactions, because whenever the industry come through the classroom projects, they actually start hunting good people. They start shortlisting good people, and they start working on them. Probably first is the classroom project. If they perform well, then they are given internships. Again, if internship they are doing well, then they are given graduation projects. If they perform well in the graduation project, they are directly offered a job. So normally the placements is a natural outcome of all this entire process. So again, placement happen varies department to department, because certain fields are where it is totally different scenario, like the fields like film and video or other areas, like the scenario is totally different. But normally in the industry, where like if it is fashion or it is product or any other, so this is the normal scenario, the way the placement happens. So as I was talking about the startup ecosystem, if you see, these are few, like there are many others, but these are the few brands which are well known and which are actually established by our students. Like if you see Satyajit Mittal, he now again there is a very interesting story for that. Like there are 2-3 projects which are natural outcomes, like the way I was talking about the classroom project, then the internship, then the graduation project. So there are 3 good examples which I can share with you from this only. This the left hand side, if you see the Forbes under 30, he is Satyajit Mittal. There is a course called Design for Social Needs. There is a course in product design, and actually it is for all. It is in every discipline. So this fellow actually came up with an idea of Indian toilet. So he redesigned the Indian toilet. There were certain scientific and bioengineering inputs taken. It was a thorough research done by him, and probably it was done in a very well way. So it was suggested that he should go for he should take this as a graduation project. So he then took it as a graduation project, and then furtherly actually developed that prototype and actual working model of the Indian toilet. And then further, it was taken up, like it was taken up as a startup by him, and recently he was given awarded with the Swachhata Purushkar from Narendra Modi. Recently, the Kumbh Mela that happened in Prayagraj, he installed around 30,000 toilets over there, and now all over the world he's working on sanitization through his product. So now he has established himself in that way. So it is a natural outcome of from a classroom project to a full-fledged startup. The second is you on the right hand side you must be seeing Blee. So Blee is a product which is developed and designed by two of our girls. Like they themselves were good Kathak dancers. So again, for design for social needs, they came up with this idea. Like they wanted to design a device which will be helpful for deaf and dumb people who are not able to hear it. So they have devised they designed a device through the beats the dancer can dance. So that again was a classroom project and fully extended to a startup. Then recently, this On Perry is one of a startup which is incubated in our Atal Incubation Center. So this is how these are few brands currently are like, if you like these uh, Black Canvas is one fashion brand which is very famous now in especially in Dubai and Middle East. Sana Khan is the owner of that brand. She's a fashion design pass out from our institute. Recently, she has got an award also for her styling products. So these are many, like Veg Non Veg is a brand who makes sneakers. So uh, like there are few examples of how students have come out of these ideas, and then they have developed themselves and uh, got into the startup ecosystem, and now they are doing well in the market. So just to wrap up, like you all are getting into design, so there are few things I would just add to you, like who can be a designer. So there are certain aspects a designer needs to have. The person who wants to be a designer, he should have ability to empathize, ability to frame problems. Like normally in design we say that it's not about the process, it is about identifying the problem first. So if you identify the problem right, your half job is done. So you are on the right track, and you can come up with the right solution, because design is about getting solutions to the problem statements. Then they should have love for arts and culture, so they should marry a science and arts. So it's like that. So they at one side you have to take care of the aesthetics, also at one side you have to take care of the technology. So they should be able, they should have that ability to marry science and art. Ability to constantly think and be different. So when I say constantly think and be different, is not in terms of fashion styling or the way you stay. It is about how you imagine, how you visualize the things. So you should, well, like normally when you see something, you should immediately think it in a different way. Like how we can do it in a different way, how this can be put it in a different way. So that kind of this thing ability needs to be there in a designer. So as far as opportunities are concerned, these are various opportunities area wise. Like what a product designer can do, what like can become what a product developer, a modeler, a furniture designer, then transportation design can become a car, bike, a public. So graphic like fashion design become like they can get into production, like apparel design and production, visual merchandising. They can be get into material sourcing, buying. Then communication, fashion communicators will be into photography, illustration, choreography of all these fashion shows. So all these things come to like these are the opportunity. These are the various areas. Normally, people are not aware about the minute details about what are the opportunities available. Normally, people think that when I do product design, I will be a product designer. It's not like that. There are many things, many different opportunities available in the market. Okay. So most importantly, design is now changing, and the role of designer is also changing. It's no more just of a creative bunch of people sitting solo and doing something. Now designers are strategists. Like if you see many big companies, many MNCs, or many worldwide corporates are appointing designers in their strategy team. So just to because recently now people are talking about design thinking. The design thinking is uh, design thinking is like just not a key a buzz keyword. uh, it is about the way designers think or designers react to a particular problem statement. Okay, so this is how it is done. So it's about strategy, it is about forecasting, it is about like these people can work as journalists, they can work as entrepreneurs, planners, executors, educators. Like people, there are many people who spend some time in the industry and then come back uh, teaching in the education field. Then people, designers are into policy making also, business leaders are also there. So all these things are there in coming in the changing role as a designer. So when we see a drone zoom past, we wonder what this is made. This is whether it is design or design engineering. So designeering, like it is again marrying technology with art. So design does this thing. So but design is not no more just a isolated activity. So it is a, joint activity with technology input, and with the aesthetic importance also. Then sustainability is another important aspect when it comes to design. So these are also important when we say it is a good design or it is a bad design in that way. So coming back, placements or other things, these are few uh, good achievers recently this year. Last batch, Google recruited 2 students with a package of 27 lakhs. These basically were user UX design students. Uh, and these are all our design industry partners who are regularly coming for recruitments are MIT at MIT Institute of Design. These are the foreign university which we have collaborations, and like which I said for student exchange or faculty exchange or even all these. So admission is like last date is 28 Feb 2023, and our entrance, that is MIT TAT, will happen on 2nd April. So this is all about MIT Institute of Design. So if you have any queries, I'm open for your questions. So we can take up with the question and answer session. I will just take five minutes break, but not break in the sense there is one person waiting for me. I will just finish up with him, and I will come back. I'm here only. I will not log out. Just 2 minutes break.
All right. No worries.
Okay. Yeah.
Sure. In the meantime, if anyone has questions, please feel free to type it out. And when Professor Kulkarni comes back, we will connect with him again. I'm sure it's something really important that he's been called for. All right. Um, yeah.
Dion, hi. Would you know what is the fee structure? Because that I think you can only take.
Yeah. So there is an idea, but I would prefer it if they tell you, because we have it on DQH. We've listed the fee structure, which we've got from them, but just in case there are any updates.
Because now they've changed the curriculum. They're saying the major and minor. Does it affect the fee in any way, etc., or just it's just a difference of structure? That's all.
Right. So
I
would prefer
answer.
that. Yeah, I would see things like this. I would prefer that they answer, because sometimes the information that we have is outdated, and once I say something, then it gets a little difficult to change that. So I would prefer it if they answer that.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay, some good questions coming in. But just to inform everyone here, I've visited the campus, a few years ago. I've seen that, they've got a large campus, very large campus. It's a university campus. So I've personally been there, personally met the team there. I've visited the departments, and it's very interesting to see what they have there. All right. Mr. Kulkarni, there's quite a number of questions that have come in.
Okay.
But first question we'll start off with is what is the fee structure?
Okay. So roughly the fee structure is including hostel, mess, laundry, everything will be 5.5 lakhs per year. This includes the academic as well as the living expenses.
Okay. All
So
right.
for 4 years, roughly you can say it will come out around 25 to 26 lakhs.
All right. There's a question from Sai Saket who's asking, does film and video design help in filmmaking?
Yeah, basically, film and video design program is more inclined towards design. Like it is not a core filmmaking program. It is basically a part of video communication design. Okay, so here more majorly the productional aspect of filmmaking is taught. So we don't teach acting or direction, all these things. We majorly focus on the productional aspects. So majorly our student would work on ad films, corporate films. Then our students will work on even some commercials. Like it's not like they cannot get into the film industry. There are few examples who are already, like there are few students who are already working in film industry. Like one of our student was assisting Bajirao, who had assisted Sajjal Leela Bansali on Bajirao Mastani, the Hindi film. So then recently, two of our students were working on a few Marathi film projects also. So it's not like they cannot work in the film industry, but majorly our program is focused towards video communication design.
All right, thanks for that. Disha Bandari is asking, can you talk about placements? I think we've covered that. If you have a follow-up question on that, Disha, then please do.
No, I will just add like as see.
Okay.
I actually, sorry, sir. I just wanted to
Yeah.
actually know more about from the product design. What kind of companies and what kind, are coming for product designers? And second question is a follow up to that is which is the field of design where maximum placements are happening? I see UX design looks like the maximum, but of course, I'd like
See,
to
I
hear
will,
from you.
yes. I just wanted to just add certain things when it comes to placement. Uh, Normally, I will tell you. I'm talking about the bachelor's program. Okay. So there are different scenarios for masters and different scenario for bachelors. So bachelors, 50% of student opt for placement. Okay, and out of this 50% students, around 75 to 80% students are placed, to be very frank. So and it never happens in any design institute or any other institute that there is 100% placement. So whoever tells that we have 100% placement, they are just fooling you. No institute can give 100% placement. Basically, as I told you, it is also depending upon the student's performance. So coming back to your question about product design, so product design as on today, if you see, is like majority of product design students are also getting opportunities in UI UX companies. Like they are working on UI UX profile, because what happens is product design students are very strong in their processes. And again, when it comes to user experience or UI UX, when we say majorly these companies who are into app development and all, so these companies basically treat app as a product. So the product design students get involved, because since they are strong in the product process cycle, so they are recruited. So if you see currently, if you see the scenario, overall scenario, user experience, UI UX is the field where maximum number of placements are happening, but still product design is the most popular discipline.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
All right. Um, right. Few more questions from here. All right. How are, sorry, there's a follow-up question from Saket. How are internships and placements done for film and video design? Is there anything
Yes.
specific on that?
Yes. No, internship. Yes, there are few studios where our students go for internship, and normally these studios are the studios who are doing corporate films. So this is where the students normally do their internship. But majorly the final graduation project, which is a 6-month project where they are supposed to do a film. So either it should be a corporate film or a non-fiction or a fiction film. So mostly students prefer to do their own film.
All right.
But yes, now opportunities have grown because of these OTT platforms on board. There are a lot of opportunities coming up for the film students also.
All right. There's a question from Nishka Bole, who's saying the admission form does not give us an option to choose the campus to apply for. Will we get to choose as per preference of location once this goes around?
Yes. I will just tell you this MIT DAT is a test which is conducted commonly for all these 3 campuses. So MIT Pune, MIT Indore, and MIT Shillong. So these 3 campuses will be a part of our MIT DAT entrance exam. So since it's a common entrance, we are not giving you any choice of selecting the campus right now, because what happens is after the entrance exam, a merit list is declared differently by each campus. Like for example, we may shortlist 900 students for the second round. At the same time, Indore campus may shortlist 1500 students. So if we shortlist 1 to 900 students at Pune campus, probably at Indore campus they may shortlist 1 to 1500 students. So there is a possibility that the first 900 students are shortlisted at both the places, and we don't want to push anybody anywhere. After that, it is the student's choice. If they want to go to Indore, they can go. If they want to go to Shillong, they can go. If they want to go to Pune, they can go. It is just up to student choice. We don't push anybody here and there.
Right. Right. So Akshay, Arun is asking a question which I think has been answered, Akshay. So if you'd like a follow-up question, the question is, what are some of the placements and projects given to students doing BDes graphic design. We spoke that it's typically UI UX projects, but if there's a further question on that,
Typically, graphic design, if you see graphic design, students work on various projects. It is about like they work on branding projects, they work on printing technology projects, they work on packaging projects, they work on user interface projects. So they work on different projects. So again, when we see graphics would cover all the three medias: print, electronic, as well as web. So it is up to again the students, like orientation wise the student chooses, like if he is more interested in getting into the web industry or the UI UX area, he normally choose those kind of projects. If anybody is interested in branding and printing and all, so they these kind of students choose in that those kind of projects. So it is up to the students, they choose their projects on their own.
all right. Um, right. So Ananya Krishna is asking, what are the partner universities where students can study as exchange for exchange programs?
Yeah, there are, if you go on the website, there is a list of universities which are our partner universities. Currently, majorly these are in UK and Europe. There is one in Germany and two in US. So CCS and I guess one more university is there in US, which, and Vancouver in Canada is one more which we are having. But again, that is more specifically focused for film and animation.
Yeah. Yeah. So Priya VS is asking three questions. Okay. Number one is, what is the annual intake of students?
Okay, so annual intake for Pune campus is 300 for all these design programs and 50 for the fashion program.
Okay.
So 350 is the total intake for the Bachelor of Design program.
Right. Her next question is, do you have to choose a specialization in the first year itself?
See, first now in this changed curriculum, the student has to will choose his or her vertical in the first year. First year in the sense in the second semester. First semester is common for all. That is the foundation semester. Second semester is where, like for example, I want to get into product design as my specialization, as my major. So I will choose industrial design. If I want to get into graphic design as my specialization major, I will choose communication design as my vertical. So the first semester is the foundation, common foundation, and the second semester is the vertical foundation. So before going to product, transportation, or interior, or any of these programs which comes under industrial design, they are given inputs of industrial design. And for communication design, those who plan to go into graphics, animation, film and video, and these areas, they are given inputs of communication design in the second semester. And same with experience design, like third vertical. And fashion design, again, fashion design, the vertical is totally different, the admission process is also different. So while applying itself, you have to apply whether you are applying for fashion design or you are applying for other programs. So if you see the form, you will see B-Days, after B-Days fashion. So if you are specifically planning to go for fashion design or fashion communication, you have to choose B-Days fashion, because the entrance exam paper is also different.
All right. So Priya, I hope you got your answers to that. The third question that she has is, you mentioned the max salary on placement. What is the average? Is there any difference between specializations?
Yes, there is a difference. Normally, as on today, if you see, major recruitments are happening in the IT industry, and that is for UI UX design. So, normal for B-Days, if you say, the average packages ranges between 6 lakhs to 10 lakhs. So that is the range. But so if you see, 6.5 to 7 is the average package which a Bachelor of Design student are getting. For master, it ranges from 8 to 12, 13. It depends upon. Again, it varies discipline to discipline. That is for sure.
All right. All right. What about scholarships? A question from Disha Bandari. What about scholarships? What is the criteria? Is there also an interview process after DAT?
Yes, absolutely. See, for admission process, I will just tell you the admission process. First is the MIT DAT. Once if you are shortlisted for the DAT, then you are called for the second round, that is called studio test and personal interview. And after that, you are whether selected or not selected. That happens. Now coming to scholarship. Scholarship normally we normally give scholarship to 10 to 15 students per year. This process starts at the end of the first semester. So based on this scholarship is given based on the performance of the student in the first semester, and second criteria is the financial need. So there the student has to apply at the end of the semester. The notification come out, the students apply, and based on the application, the scrutiny happens, like whether they are eligible on the financial ground, whether they are eligible or not, and on the academic ground also. The performance is checked, and then there is a interview panel. That panel interacts with the student, and then finally they decide to whom the scholarship is to be awarded.
So approximately how many scholarships are there?
Scholarship is given to 10 to 15 students per year, and it is a 50% waiver of the tuition fees for the academic year. So
All
for
right.
roughly, if the fees is 3 lakh rupees, the tuition fees is 3 lakh rupees, 1,50,000 is waived off for that particular academic year. Then next year again, if you want to apply, you can apply. So it has to be applied every year. It has to be earned every year, rather, I would say.
Right. Interesting. Pragati Rao is asking, is there an art and psychology combination?
Yes, there are certain courses which there are inputs from arts, core arts, and psychology. There are certain courses where there are inputs.
All right. Catherine Anthony is asking a little more details about the interior design program. Do you all have an interior design program?
Yes, yes. Yeah, we have a interior space and equipment design program, furniture design program. So it covers the interior design, that is the inner and outer space design. Then it covers also the furniture design part. So it is a broader cover. So if anybody is interested more into furniture and all, they can get into that area. If anybody is interested in core interior design, landscaping, and all these things, those things also covered in that.
Right, that's an interesting aspect. Seems like a very interesting program because that actually is more comprehensive when it
Yes,
comes to
yes,
interior
yes,
design. So,
yes.
right. So
So
Nishka,
there is a difference. There is a difference. People normally confuse between interior decoration and interior design. Decoration is just making things look beautiful, and design is basically utilization of the space and proper planning, and then the entire area is taken into consideration, inner and outer, and then the proper design is done.
right, right, interesting. Nishka Bole is asking the next question. Will there be any reservations in the Pune campus for Maharashtra state students
Yeah.
or only the score matters?
No. As far as reservations are concerned, 40% it is not reservations actually. The government of Maharashtra recently has come out with this notification, because this was a problem since long time. Earlier, the structure was 70-30, like 70% seats were only for Maharashtra student, 30% only for the other than Maharashtra student. Then we discussed all these things with the government of Maharashtra, and now recently in 2019 it is changed. Now it is 40% seats are for Maharashtra student, but it is not compulsory. It is, we have to ensure, like, but if we don't get good students, naturally they are out. But 40% is for Maharashtra student and 60% is for all. And again, in this 40%, there are reservations for the scheduled caste, scheduled tribes, and all. But for other than Maharashtra student, there is no reservation. It is purely based on the 60% pool is purely based on merit.
All right. Disha Bandari is asking, is the game design specialization a new one? Is there scope in industry with this specialization?
See, game design recently is come up very well, and it is still, I would say, at a bottom stage in India. It is in the growth stage. I would say the first tip of the growth. So it is growing. It is slowly growing. It's not like there is no opportunity. There are good opportunities rather. I would say that there are good opportunities. Good opportunity in the sense, majorly currently, if you see in India, majorly this game design work is being outsourced from other countries. So Indian games are not yet coming in the market, but majorly the industries, game industries who are from US or other parts of the world, they are outsourcing their work in India, and that is the reason why we have the opportunities have grown in India, but it is still in the under the growth stage.
Yeah.
I just have a follow-up question on this. So in the foundation course, are you introducing this right now?
No, foundation course doesn't have all these things. Foundation
It
the
won't
program
have.
is
I mean,
totally
just
different.
as an introduction to this, also it won't be there.
It will happen in the second semester. Foundation,
Okay.
like the discipline foundation.
And how many students are there in this course, like currently, just to get a hang
For
as to like
for game
for
design.
game design?
Game design, we started game design 2 years back. So currently there are around 6 students. Two students are there in the third year, and 4 students have taken up game design last year. Because game design currently is the extension of the animation design program.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
Right. So Arunava Datta is asking, if I want to take animation, then what should be my specialization?
Animation is the specialization.
Okay.
Animation is the discipline. You will have to choose a communication design vertical in the second semester. Animation design itself is a specialization.
All right. So Vriddhi is asking, can we write the entrance exam for both BDES and BDES fashion programs?
No. Only one.
All right. Dinesh Kumar Shukla is asking, what's the process for keeping the option open for fashion design as well as BDES? Is there an option?
Yeah, see, we are actually this question has come. This query has come from many students. This year we have been observing. Like since last 1 year, we have been observing. Currently, the scenario is like there is two different this thing. But again, if you clear the entrance exam and if you come to the second round, normally if in case you want to switch, we normally consider it, but we still, what we are doing is we are trying to have one common entrance exam for the entire BDS program. So there will be certain aspects which are commonly related to fashion also in that paper, but we are working on it on that.
All right. And the
The
final.
only thing is, once you take the admission, like for example, if you take the admission in BDS, normal other in the BDS program, then you cannot switch to fashion. And if you take admission to BDS fashion, you cannot switch to other program. Before that, those things are considered. Because almost 70% of the paper is same for BDS and BDS fashion. 30% is different. It is more focused toward the fashion program.
All right. And the final question is from Disha.
Okay.
Is the curriculum the same for MIT Pune and MIT Indore?
Yes, curriculum is same. In fact, MIT Indore is having major minor from day one. They started in 2017, and major minor concept was there since day one. There are few programs which are not available at Indore campus. That is only the difference. But otherwise, if you talk about product design at Pune campus, product design at Indore campus, product design at Shillong campus, the basic curriculum is common.
All right. I don't see any more questions coming in, and I hope all questions have been answered. Mr. Kulkarni, thank you so much for taking the time out to patiently answer questions and address the students and parents of DQ Labs.
No, in fact, I would also thank you because this is a crucial time where the students are also confused. They have a lot of queries, and this is a good platform to address all these queries. In fact, and I would suggest I'm not just talking about MIT. I would talk as a design a member of the design fraternity. I would suggest you should explore the campuses, whichever campuses you want. Like if you want to come to MIT Pune, if you want to go to MIT Indore, if you want to go to Srishti, if you want to go to UID or any other campuses. NID and IIT, yes, you naturally would go. But among the private players, I would suggest you should explore. You should interact with the students over there. If you like, Bangalore is a hub where you would find design students from almost all the design institutes. There is a huge chunk of MIT IDs sitting in Bangalore. So if you can get in touch with these MIT IDs over there, connect with them, interact with them, all major design firms, all major IT firms, right from Google to any other firm who have their setup, like design setup in Bangalore, you would find some or the other MIT ID student working over there. You can connect with them. You can they are very in fact, the Bangalore alumni are hyperactive. They are very aggressive in communication. So whenever you want, you can connect with these people. And but I would suggest you should explore and see majorly the alumni profile. You should see the faculty profile. uh, don't go by the infrastructure. I would really say, if you go to any European or any design institute in US, you would find good infrastructure. Everything is good, but you would not believe there. We had a student who was from US. We run a program called Automotive and Digital Clay Sculpting. It's a program which is run in collaboration with SIAM, Society of Indian Automotive Manufacturers. There was this guy who is of age of 40. He wanted to do automotive clay sculpting. He had gone to Coventry. He had gone to one institute in US also. He had gone to Northumbria also, whichever, like the universities where they have a good industrial design setup. He went to all these design institute and finally landed it at MIT ID. The only reason was not the infrastructure. The reason was the learning outcomes. And he's happily gone back, and he's working as a freelance. Like he has started his own studio there, automotive design studio in US. So it's not only about, like, it's not about chakachak infrastructure. It is about the learning output, the academic value you are going to get. So you have to, and this can be just by you. I will be telling you good only all good things about my institute. You need to assess all these things and then take a wiser call.
All right. Just before we leave, what I'm doing is I'm sharing one final message with the application form link to MIT ID. Kindly click on that link. There's a specific team at MIT ID that's looking into these applications from DQ Labs. So that's why please click on this link. You'll get the right person and apply through this. All right. All the best to all the students here and the parents who are taking all the attention. And thank you so much to Mr. Vinayak Kulkarni as well.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot.
Thank
And I would wish all the students and the parents a very happy Diwali.
Happy Diwali.